Good, thanks.
What?
And you go by Ronald?
Ronald, yeah.
Ronald?
Yeah.
Just Ronald, American pronunciation.
Yeah. I was told that you're a great fan of football, right?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
And do you know Ronaldo Nazario?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So he's my father.
Yeah. I just read that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So
no. You
Yeah.
have no obligation to know about it. Don't worry about it. I had no idea that you actually were into football, that you are geeked about when you go FIFA or any other kind of football game comes into the Nintendo ecosystem. If I did, I would have brought you a present.
Oh,
so
thanks,
I'm
man.
so sorry
Next time,
about
next
it. But
time,
yeah,
no worries.
hopefully you'll be back here soon. And
Yeah.
next time, I promise to give you a present. One day we'll never forget about it.
Awesome.
Promise?
Looking forward to it.
So I got some questions, just so you know a little bit of an introduction of myself. My name is Ronald. I'm responsible for Ronaldo Television, which is a channel that came about from my father playing video games and talk a little bit about sports, entertainment in general, and of course, video games. So this is one of our first invites to such a large event, such a huge launch, and I'm really excited to be able to talk to you. And I just wanted to start off with saying that because I'm really honored to be able to ask you a couple of questions and hopefully bring some great content to our audience.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, man. I mean, I'm also equally or more honored to have you here. So thank you.
So the first question that I have for you, Bill, is Nintendo has had an interesting path in Latin America, especially Brazil. How does the Switch 2 fit into Nintendo's long-term vision for this region?
Well, yes, we've had quite a journey here in Brazil, and it's been a whole process. We're looking to continuously improve the amount of content and what we make available here in Brazil and the timeliness of that. I think you know the whole story on Nintendo Switch. It came 3 years after it had launched in the rest of the world. We got a lot of feedback from our fans here in Brazil. We got some of the biggest and best fans in Brazil, man. It's amazing. And they're pretty vocal. And that really drove us to advocate for Brazil internally within the company. So I won't go into all the gory details, but a lot of
Not
teams,
at all boring, okay?
Yeah,
just to let you know.
behind the scenes, a lot of teams working on different things to make this possible. So I would say that it's been an evolution where, again, we're improving how fast we're able to bring our products here to Brazil. Where are we today? Well, I'm sitting here super excited, not just to be with you, but to be here in Brazil and for the global launch date of Nintendo Switch 2. So unprecedented, first time ever, but here we are in Brazil, and we will make locally here in Brazil the Nintendo Switch 2 available to consumers at the same time as elsewhere in the globe. That's one big one. The other big one, the other huge one for our fans also, because they've been asking for it, is right in front of us. We see that we have The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom in Brazilian Portuguese, also made available now. So 2 huge accomplishments. This is the first time I know of that we have done this, opened up a game in order to introduce a patch like this, to introduce a whole new language. So super excited to be here, man. So much to celebrate.
Yeah, it's something that the fans were expecting for a long time. Not actually expecting, but asking for, and finally you guys delivered, and I'm so grateful for it. You went into a little bit, but Brazilian fans overall, when you talk about music, I mean, you saw Lady Gaga's concert in Rio. I mean, we're just passionate. So that ties into my next question. Brazilian players are known for their passion, creativity, and resilience. How does Nintendo plan to connect more deeply with this unique player base? And I mean, you kind of answered it a little bit because you're here in person talking to us, fans, content creators, and I mean, just doing a lot of things that were never done before in the history of Brazil and Nintendo as target audience, But how do you plan to connect more deeply with this player base moving forwards?
Well, really what it is we're looking to bring all the products, all the services that are available elsewhere that Nintendo has available to Brazil. So we've made a lot of progress, but we just mentioned 2 big accomplishments. The day and date launch, the Zelda games in Brazilian Portuguese. But we also recognize that there's still a lot of work to be done. So we see it as it's not a sprint, it's more of a marathon. We're in this for the long term, and we need to continue to improve all the different executions of what we're doing. There's a lot of question about, price, and how do we improve our pricing? That'll be an area of focus for us. There is our distribution and the retailers, making sure that the product is available and accessible. Just raising the awareness of Nintendo Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 in Brazil. So there's still a whole lot of work to be done. Today we're celebrating 2 great accomplishments, but there's a lot more work to be done.
And I mean, one extra one is also the retro compatibility of games from Switch 1 to 2, because that's also a huge win for all consumers around the world, not only in Brazil, but for everyone that's inside already the Nintendo ecosystem. So congratulations once again for that. My next question talks a little bit about nostalgia and how Nintendo is able to play around with that kind of feeling throughout numerous generations. So Nintendo often speaks to both nostalgia and new generations. How do you strike that balance when building a new console such as the Switch 2?
Good question, and it particularly hits home here in Brazil because a lot of people, I think, know the history, especially the older timer gamers, right? That were around for the Playtronics, around for the early consoles, the NES system, and so forth here in Brazil. I think what happened there was we planted some seeds very deeply. And that really was the core foundation of the Nintendistas that have continued to grow, right? I mean, we have some old timer gamers,
Loyal
that
fans,
are loyal and that have been around for a long time. And now what's interesting is just as we go to different events like BGS and CCXP and Gamescom, is seeing these younger fans also that are joining the fold. So just super exciting to see this evolution of the Nintendistas here in Brazil.
Definitely. I think you guys have fans for an entire lifetime, if not 2 to 3 to 4 extra generations, and that really hits home.
Yeah. I did want to point out, with NSO, with the subscription, because this also ties into the fans and the nostalgia, is right now there's also GameCube games being
that was one of my first Nintendo consoles, I think, right? I'm 25 years old, so I wasn't able to get anything before that. But Nintendo GameCube was one of the consoles, one of my first consoles in my lifetime, and I'm so excited to actually be able to play some of the titles that I used to play when I was back having 6, 4, 5, 8 years old, you know?
I'm so excited, man. So we really hit the audience on this one, didn't we, with the GameCube? So good stuff.
And I have 2 extra questions. As a content creator myself, I see a huge opportunity in expanding Nintendo's digital ecosystem in Latin America. Are there plans to work more closely with Latin American content creators or influencers?
It's interesting. I saw some charts, some references, and the impact of influencers in Brazil compared to other countries is off the freaking chart, man. I mean, it's really amazing. So we've taken note of that, and the idea is to do exactly that, is to work more with influencers and content creators here in Brazil.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are some good cases and there's some bad cases of how much that influence can actually affect people. But yeah, definitely when it comes to entertainment, to something as cool as the Nintendo Switch 2 launch, yeah, definitely I feel like Brazil is really one of the few markets that you guys can actually really strike a home run in regards to how you create a relationship with the influencers, content creators, because they're just like a fever here in Brazil.
And what impresses me of the content creators is just the high quality of the content that they're producing now. As I've been working more and more with folks like yourself, it's impressive. The quality of it.
Every time you come here, the bar itself, it's raised. So I feel really grateful to be able to be part of this community, and welcome you back to such a beautiful home country that I feel I fall in love every time that I'm here. And one last question is, if you had to describe the Nintendo Switch in only 3 words, how would you describe it?
Definitely versatile and flexible and fun. I mean, my gosh. And that really goes for Nintendo Switch and also the Nintendo Switch 2. There's a whole new set of features that are being brought into the Nintendo Switch 2. We're talking about the game controllers, the Joy-Cons, right, with the mouse, and also now with game chat.
To try that.
You know, when you're traveling as much as you and your family do, or your friends, I mean, now you can pop on the camera, you guys can play together.
It's going to be so cool.
In the same living room, man. So,
Bill, thank you so much for their time.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
It's been such an honor to be able to talk with you, ask you some questions. Hopefully, our audience is going to enjoy and love this kind of content. And feel free to come by Brazil anytime you want. You're always going to be welcome here. You're going to be like family for all the Nintendistas in Brazil and obviously Latin America. And one last question, not actually a question, question, but may I take a picture with you?
Absolutely, Dan.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, I need that picture, man.
I'll send it to you. I'll
Please
send it
do.
to you. It's gonna be amazing. Thank you so much on behalf of Ronaldo Television and all of Brazilian fans of Nintendo. And yeah, let's enjoy a little bit of this amazing launch, and congratulations once again.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Nice meeting you. I
Thank
really
you so much.
enjoyed it. Thank you.